All right. Hi, this is Attican, and welcome to part four of Railway Empire 2. We're playing what's it called? The Industrial Wonders DLC, sorry. And we're playing the second, well, I think of it as the second scenario. It's the one set in the Ruhr area of Germany, and it's called the Industrial Miracle. Now, we're going to do a little recap here because I need it more than you do. There's been a little break here in the action. It's been a while. So, as I recall, we were setting up tools. I think we'd set up the canned food, maybe even the concrete. Let me look. No, not the concrete. We haven't done concrete. We've done tools. Yeah. We've got trains that are coming down to Solingen from, let's see, where do we have them coming from? What is that guy there? Okay, that's the train. Okay, those are the trains taking the steel to Essen. All right. Now, the problem we have is that Essen actually wants a lot of steel. It wants 2.4. What I think I'd like to do to make sure that we get production going down here, I think I'm going to set it up with a line that comes out of here, and I'm going to extend this line and give it some more space. Make sure we don't have queuing issues. Okay. And let's see. Let's run it out like pick up the supplies. Let's run it. Whoa, not like that. Let's run it down pretty far and let it merge with the track going over to Essen, and then find where it picked up. Here we go. Come on back. And I still think we'll have, now shoot. I'm going to throw that away, and we'll go here and delete part of this because I want this to go out there to that track. Okay. And then I still want to have individual queue lines, I think. Yeah, let's do individual queue lines that come down like this. Okay. And then supplies. Oh, we got supplies right there, and we did pick them up coming in. Okay, good. All right. So that's taking steel to Essen. But we don't really need. Are we still doing that task? No. See, we finished that task to get steel to Essen. So I kind of want to turn that off, if you will, and I want to run that all the way down to Solingen, right? So I think I'm going to repurpose the line we've got here to make sure what this is. Yes, I want to repurpose this to say, okay, you're not going to Essen anymore. You're going to go to Solingen, which is down here. Way down here. Okay, you're going to go to Solingen and take steel down there, right? And when you come back, and we're going to build a bypass around this, and you can just come back. We don't, and I'll tell you what we will say. We will say, don't bring that stuff back with you, because we do want that to go to Essen. Yes, okay, that sounds pretty good to me. And then up here, you're going to run full. Yes, you're going to come out of there full. So you're going to take steel. And really, steel's the only thing it can take. We'll just make it specific. You're going to take steel down, 8 steel, as soon as you can, down to Solingen, drop it off so that they can make tools. Okay. Then we confirm that. We got 3 trains on that line, so that should be great. that should give us a good steady supply to Solingen. Now, the thing here will be, it won't be the production here, right? We're producing whatever it is, 4.2 a week here. It's actually how fast is it demanded in Solingen. And Solingen is a small town and actually diminishing. So it's only going to want half a week, right? So you take 8 down there, that's a 4-week, no, that's a 16-week supply. That's a 16-week supply, taking a full load of 8 down there. So 3 trains is more, should be plenty, if not overkill. All right. And we're not going to calculate it out. It's fine. Now, we also, where were we on this? And I apologize. I'm really behind here. Okay. Let's see. So we had the tool set up, but it doesn't look, Hagen and Schwerte canned food. It doesn't look like we did anything with the canned foods yet. So we've got, oh yeah, okay. I think we bought this with the intent of knocking it down, right? Because we've got, that's right. We loaded the beans and we loaded the potatoes in here, and we just need the steel coming over. So what we're going to do, same thing. We don't want to compete with Essen for the steel. We're going to run it straight over. Oh, and by the way, I do owe us a bypass somewhere. Oh yeah, I wanted to bypass the station. If it's feasible, if it just kind of makes sense to do that, like this. Oh my word. Okay, this is ugly, but it might just work. Like that. Okay, anybody who complains I never build bridges or tunnels, here you go. Oh, that's kind of cool looking anyway. All right, yeah, we'll have a big bypass because this is busy right here and going to get busier as we bring stuff up here. So let's go. Let's see how we are on money. 2.83 million. We would need to close like these two to get a bigger bond. We're making decent money. Let's just save up. We'll just save up for what we need right now. Okay, and then we'll double track this. And we could, oh no, I'm sorry. I start saying we could go ahead and run that over, but it's way down here that it merges. That's actually the cattle coming in. That's fine. Okay, let's let it run and get that track. We'll double track that. So now if we look at that train, we should see it taking the bypass. Comes out, goes over, takes the bypass around, heads on down here, down, takes the bypass around Wuppertal or whatever it is, and goes to Solingen. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. And we've got the logs coming in, and I want to just make sure, I want to make sure we've got the trains going to Essen. We do. There's no reason they wouldn't haul the steel, the tools. Yeah. All right. And we could dedicate a line to haul the tools. I don't think that's strictly necessary. All right. And let's go back. Let's get the immigration office effects. We got to get into Essen city building mode big time. Yeah, I think just city building in general. So I think the tools will be good. Now the tools is 16 loads of tools from Burgerschland to Ruhr. Okay. Now we're not putting them in a warehouse up here, or are we? Are we putting them in a warehouse? We are. I think that's okay because the first like 16 are going to be taken into Essen into its city storage, which means that we'll get compensated for it, which means we'll get credit for it on the task. So I think we're okay using the warehouse there for that purpose. Okay. And the warehouse there is actually irrelevant for getting this task done. And that's what I'm kind of talking about, is I'm hoping it is absolutely irrelevant, right? Because if it's relevant, then we got a mess because it's going to be slow consuming. All right. Now, similar thing with Hagen. I'd like to run the steel all the way to Hagen from Oberhausen. So I'd like to come maybe off this. If this will come off and go that way, that would be good. That would be nice. Let's see if we can do that, or if the bridge is going to mess us up. It looks like we might be able to just pull that off. And the train immediately decided they liked that track. Okay, so that's probably a good thing. So we're going down here. We have the bypass for Hattingen. That's good. We work our way all the way down here to Hagen. All right, let's get steel going to Hagen. Or wait a minute, did we put time out? I'm ahead of myself. We need, in Hagen, we need the cannery. So, what's that going to cost us? Ooh. They don't give those away. 816,000. Okay. So let's save up. When we have 816, we'll knock down that brewery. I can't say it. Brewery we own, and put in a canning factory. Here we go. So brewery, knock you down, put in a canning factory. And we're going to haul 8 at a time of steel. We've already got this stuff loaded up. Eight. Let's see if we can't. Let's bump it up to a level 2. Why not? Now I'm doing this, and that we should be running the steel first. Cart's ahead of the horse here a little bit. There. All right, we got level 2, which means that we want 0.6 steel a week. Okay. We're going to go over to Oberhausen here. And let's build a line that comes up like this. Kind of has its own shunt line way out here. It comes back like this. Does not want to do that. Oh, there it will. All right, like that. All right, cool. All right, so that's going to be track 2. So we're going to go track 2, run full, and go to Hagen. Go to Hagen. There we go. And then over there, you could bring, well, cans. Tell you what, we're going to tell it, don't bring canned food. If you got something else they'd like to have, that's fine, but don't bring canned foods. And we'll do the Brooks Mogul. We'll do like 3 trains on that, 64 days, 16 days. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. And we're going to do it like this. We're going to do 1. Then we're going to copy it. And later we'll copy another one. Okay. So now we've got steel delivery set up from Oberhausen to Solingen to make tools coming back. We've got Hagen, I think we have a line, we'll double check, to Essen. And it can take whatever. I'd like it to prioritize, no, not out of Essen. Out of Hagen, I'd like it to prioritize the canned goods. Yeah. Coming back. And this is not a run full going out. No, it isn't. So that should be fine. And all right, so now we should be making canned goods, shipping them back to Essen. We should be making tools, shipping them back to Essen. Okay. Now, I think we have, there's a bonus down here we can pick up. I just want to make sure I'm not missing a bonus somewhere. I think we're good. All right. So we're going to need 1.2 million to get into this. Now, Heiligen House is where we have to put a warehouse, and we have to put concrete in that warehouse and then ship it up to Essen. Okay. And while I'm thinking of it, we're going to start loading up more stuff. Let's make sure we can get 4 platforms in here. Okay. Okay, looks pretty good. What else are we going to do? So 1.2 million. All right, so we're going to need 1.2 million plus, then we're going to need another million or more to just get going, right? Even to go down and get that nice bonus, it's going to take us some money. We're going to need a couple million. So why don't we close these bonds and get a really big bond, right? So 842. All right, go. We get around 850, we'll close one of the bonds.
I have to admit, you have more business sense than I initially suspected.
Well, I'm not sure what he meant by that, but thank you. They rarely give you a compliment in this game. Pay that one off, and then we'll pay off this one, and that should allow us to open up a much bigger one. So we're going to need about 1.3 million. it's hard not to do something and watch that money rack up like that. But we need a lot of money to do what we're going to do next. All right, let's go repay that one, and now we can get 4 million, and now we have enough money to actually do something. So we can go in here, and now let's think about this. What was it? Concrete. We need cement, we need gravel, and we need slag from up here in Essen. So we're going to have to come down like this to a warehouse here and then go back up. And if we look at the cities around us, this guy here has a paper industry. Velbert has beer. We've got a bonus here that we're definitely going to pick up. Rattingen has meat and dairy. Now the dairy, although it's tempting, Rattingen's a bigger city. We could build a bigger concrete business in Rattingen. So let's think about this. What would it cost us to buy that? $830. That's not horrible. That dairy's $263. I'd love to have a dairy feeding Essen, but right now I'd love to have a concrete business feeding Essen. So let's buy that dairy.
Why do you think no one else bid on the auction?
And then we're going to, in a moment, we'll knock it down and make it concrete. So we'll run this and this over there, and then have the output go to a warehouse in Heiligenhaus, and then from Heiligenhaus it'll go up to Essen. So we kind of skipped Velbert, and I don't see that Velbert's going to add much of anything to anything. Okay, so let's just skip Velbert for now and go. I think maybe if we go off kind of at the peak, we'll do a little better. I don't know for sure, but I think we'll do better if we come down like this. We're gonna have to fall off the mountain at some point. Work our way down here, something like that, down to Heiligenhaus. Okay. And the requirement demands a warehouse. So we're going to put a warehouse here. And I think what we'll do, let me put concrete in it first. Concrete. Okay. And then let's go back to the beginning, and let's put some stuff in here that the other cities could use, and plan on running some stuff in here. There. That'd be nice. And maybe we'll just run this milk directly into Heiligenhaus. That'll give us the bonus. And then we will set up Velbert, and we'll just do like 3 cities with a pass-through warehouse in Heiligenhaus. And they won't, well, and we'll throw it away. Because I've already built this. All right, forget Velbert. Sorry, I'm back to forgetting Velbert. Sorry, Velbert. Maybe we'll add you back in a minute. All right. Left side to left side. Good grief. How long is this? Go. Okay. Okay, run full. I'm going to give it a priority even though it doesn't matter at this point. Just in case we put something else in there. That'll give us a nice bonus. And then we'll run some trains from Rattingen to Heilingen House. And we might as well get them going now and kind of take some of that stuff out of there, like that cheese that we own. Possibly would go over here. And then we're going to knock that cheese down, of course. Okay, run some trains on that. Then we want to get with this one here, these two going over here. And wood going up here and potatoes going up there, I guess. Okay. Let's do potatoes. And get a train going like that. Okay. And let's run it and get our bonus. With the bonus, we'll build our cement factory and start running the other products over there that we need. Okay, now the other thing we're going to need is slag coming down from Essen to Rattingen, right? Now we could run Essen, we could put slag in this warehouse Oh, and I actually want to make it this type. So we'll just pick up however many we make. Okay, so we could run slag to that warehouse. We have to run those. So if we eliminate the milk and just have milk going here, we can run slag to the warehouse, and that way the train that's going from Rattingen over to Heilingen House will automatically bring back slag for the concrete creation. So let's do that. Let's go here. We're certainly going to have a train running from, a line from Heilingen House to Essen. And we don't necessarily need another line running from Rattingen to Essen and just making more traffic. So let's go here, 4 trains. And I think from Heilingen House, certainly you're going to prioritize concrete. And from Essen, you're going to prioritize slag. Okay, sorry, I had an interruption. What was I doing? We got priority that, priority slag. Good. Okay, so we get that going. And now let's start running these. Oh, let's do our thing with the factory here. Knock down the dairy. Now I really would like to have that dairy, but it'll have to be sacrificed for the greater good, I guess. Not canning. Oh, we want concrete. Doesn't look like we can do concrete. Okay. Let's go find concrete and make sure we can do it. Here it is, I think. Yeah, there we go. There's our concrete factory. Now we can do concrete. And I think we can bump it up to level 2. But let's get stuff going first, then we'll bump it up. Let's get, these are going to cross, these are going to come up. It really doesn't matter. I want to get these first, they're more important. All right, these are going to cross like this. I should have looked. That was so stupid. You want to be in the habit of hitting track construction so you can see your topography and pick railway buildings from that so you can see what you're dealing with. This has got to come off of a mountain. And then it's still ugly, but this is not as ugly as it was. Oh man. Okay, it's just ugly. Let's go down here and then swing out. That should be good. We go down here like this. There we go. That's much better. There, much better. Still not awesome, but much better. Okay, we'll get gravel going to our concrete. And then we'll get our, hit this button, and then that did it wrong. Hit this one and then pick railway buildings. There we go. Figure out how we're going to get out of here. I think maybe, well, over here is kind of flat, isn't it? Period. Okay, let's just go over here. And let's get cement headed to the concrete factory. All right. Now, I think we'll just back up a little with this. I think we're going to come in like this. And let's go here to here with some wood. And then I think we'll have the beans just back up, go to here and then come in. That way we don't have to cross track or anything. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. It won't be a crucial route in terms of speed anyway. And beans to Heilingen House, which of course also takes them to Rattingen. There we go. Okay. I think we should be making concrete here pretty soon. I wish they showed you each of these, whether you had it or not had it. That would be useful. Cement, we've got gravel. I'm sure we're waiting on slag. Gravel's on its way, and slag is nowhere to be seen, but I don't think we've had a train get up there yet.
Break down themselves.
Essen to Solingen. I think, yeah, we're missing repairs on this end, and I don't think we have repairs up here. No, we do have them here, but we didn't have them down at the other end. Okay, what's your problem? Okay, this line here. See that circle, slag circle between two warehouses? It's a nice error message they've added. When we come out of Heilingen House, we do not want to take slag. right? Because that just means we're taking slag and moving it back and forth between the two warehouses. Complete waste of time. Did we do anything with that? No, we set it up and then didn't do anything with it. I set it up, I mean, put it on our warehouse as an item and then didn't bother to run anything. Sure, we got some Jansons there just in case we add more lines. We probably won't, but you never know. All right, so we should see concrete production here relatively soon. And I'm just gonna, well, let's just double check one thing. There should be plenty here, I would hope. There's some. There's some. Yeah, we're shipping it all, okay. Does some go down here? I can't recall. Okay. Let me look at something here. Oh, okay, look. We've already got 9 tools and we've gotten 5 canned foods. Good. Just while we're over here messing around with concrete. And I want to see some concrete. Well, we got 4.2 million. I can't, well, we don't want to waste time. Don't waste time. All right, I want to keep them growing and I want to get this stuff set up. So the stuff being explosive. So we've got Schwerta has a very nicely placed wire drawing plant to make copper wire and byproduct sulfur. We've got a chemical plant in Vinton that is, I think, going to become ours. It is. I want to own it so I can bump it up and make it produce a little faster.
At that price, I might have taken it too.
And then I want to go here and buy this wire drawing plant before we start feeding it anything and where it has some value. Right now it doesn't really have much value.
Why do you think no one else bid on the auction but you?
Because no one else is as far-sighted as I am. Okay, now we need a place to put explosives. And the explosive task is not from any area or to anything in particular, right? The only problem with the explosives is it's 24 cars, and our cities, even a good-sized city's only going to hold like maybe 16. That's why these are no problem, because Essen's big enough that it's taking those and it's going to use them, right? So this is no problem. But the explosives are 24 and the concrete 32. Now, the concrete is used other places. I don't think we'll have a problem with the concrete either. But the explosives, I don't think you use those until you're well up here. Yeah, we don't even have demand for it yet in Essen. We've got to grow Essen before the explosives even matter, right? Because if Essen won't even take them, we can't do any. And the other thing is, putting them in the warehouse won't count. So we can move them all like to a warehouse in Essen and have them ready, but it won't count until Essen starts consuming them. And also, we're only going to have the one city consuming. So we'll get the 16 from 16 or maybe a little bit more that it'll hold. from its own storage, right? I keep saying 16, and that's not really necessarily true. I could be way off, I'm not sure. But somewhere in there, and the bigger it gets, the more it'll be able to store, certainly. And that'll be good. But I think that 24 is tricky. If they'd said 16, it'd be easy. That's where I'm getting the 16 from our task. Okay, so I think it'd be pretty easy to get 16 just using one city, but I think we're going to need a couple of cities to consume the explosives. Now, the explosive task, again, is not to any specific place or to any region or anything. It's just make them and move them, right? Well, and they need to rethink that. That transport used to have a very specific meaning. You had to move goods from one place to another. In this case, it means you got to move them somewhere that will consume them. That's what they mean in this DLC. We've seen that before in the Hoover Dam. So I'd like to have at least one more city hit 80,000. So Gelsenkirchen's at 53 and almost growing. So we can look at Gelsenkirchen and figure out, okay, how do we make Gelsenkirchen grow? The other one is, another one here, Oberhausen is at 61 and almost growing, right? So I think a little help on either one of those. Now, one way to help Oberhausen very easily is to knock down the immigration office. Since we're struggling to keep it growing, we knock down the immigration office and we put in a library. We know from Blaurazer's excellent study that the immigration office, keep it all the way up to 100,000 to your university if you can. But if you're struggling to hit over that 60, put in the library, because the library gives you an extra 10% of fulfillment of demand. So it makes that 60 act like 70. So this Oberhausen is going to start growing just from us doing that. And we can look at it to see if there's other things we can do to make it grow as well. Then we can look at Oberhausen or Gelsenkirchen the same way. They've got an immigration office. They're on the cusp. So if we knock down that immigration, or we can just replace it, I'll show you the other way to do it. We can go city buildings, library, and just find the immigration office and build over top of it. And now we've got a library here. So that's going to make both these cities start to grow. So our goal is to have Essen, Gelsenkirchen, and Oberhausen all grow over 80,000. So we've got some customers for the explosives we're going to make. And the way we could get them distributed to all three very easily is run them to Essen into a warehouse. So if we had a warehouse here, and I think we've had one, I can't recall, but didn't we have one here and took it off at some point in one of my classic moves? But if we go over here and we say, why don't you bring us explosives, right? Now, we can start making them and shipping them too. That's the other good thing about having that type of warehouse. Well, wait. That's not true. Got to make it the right kind of warehouse. Here. That's what we want. Now we can just ship them, right? Now, they won't get consumed anywhere until he hits 80. When he hits 80, he'll start filling up his internal storage, the city storage, with the fireworks, and we should get, or explosives, excuse me, and we should get credit for those. All right. And then hopefully we'll have these other cities ready, and they'll start taking them out to those cities as well. All right, so now we just want to make explosives at a good pace. And watch this and make sure that these three cities grow. Crap. Now we got to figure out what's your problem. Same thing. I think we can take the same tactic as an immediate fix, is knock down the immigration office and put in a library. There we go. In Essen. We should see all three of those now. They're all around 60. We should see them get all around 68 to 70 in that ballpark. And at that point, they should grow. And we'll come back once we get the explosives set up and make sure that they grow. So we've got a little bit of money. That's nice. Oh, we've got a connection bonus for coal. And we've got a coking plant here in Hagen. We can feed the coal to the coking plant. we've got this. We own that, and we're going. I think we're going to own the coking plant too. Yeah, we are. That's a lot of money, but I want to be able to control everything.
Guter Gott.
Okay.
I doubt that this investment was worth it.
So we can get a little bit of that money back by running this line that we're going to need anyway. Now, I thought about running this down. We do own that colliery in Dortmund, and we could get coal there, but they're going to give us a bonus. It's right next door. Of course, we're going to do this. And we could buy the coal too, but we don't. I really don't want to own the raw material unless, I really need to make it bump up faster. Okay, so now we got that coal. Why don't we? Why is it coal running in here? Are they just not it? Don't need any? Oh, they're full right now. Okay, they'll have to use some. Well, we're going to fix that in a minute. We're going to make them start using it. All right. So we got coke. Coke? Let's see, what do we need for the... Oh, coke and copper. Here's copper. So let's run a line up past that into Schwerta.
You're spreading like a weed.
And let's go kind of swing by that. Come down here. Let's give it its own. Yeah. Let's give it its own little socket there. Left to left, that looks correct. Double track it. I would prefer that this was 4. It won't quite do it. It's okay. It's okay as 2. And we'll get some trains running from Hagen to Schwerta, and then the priority will be coke. All right. Then we're going to get the copper wire running for the copper, excuse me, just plain old copper ore. Here to here. I'll go back and put repairs on this just to get them everywhere. All right, so we've got everything made. We're ready to make copper wire. Then we're going to go to our new plant here in Witten and put a station in there.
I don't understand. There was already a train station in this city.
All right, a couple of what would we like to have? Do we think? Passengers would be nice. There's a lot of good ones we could get. Pricing your locomotives, that's certainly nice. Ticket prices are good. Let's go prices, I guess. All right. So we need to run this to Sverta. Let's go kind of up, take a slightly northerly route, get away from some of that, some of the mountain, and come in like this. Double track it. We got our bonus there for the coal. And like that. And maybe put supplies in the middle. And we'll get a line going from Sverta to Witten. And its primary function will be to take sulfur over to Witten. All right. I think we probably should wrap up. I think we're getting low on time here, or we've been at it a long time, however you're going to look at it. So we've almost got the tools done. We've almost got the canned foods done. We haven't done squat with the explosives or the concrete. Before we go, let's just do a little sanity check and make sure that we're making concrete or have the potential to make it. It needs gravel, it needs slag, it needs cement. Where's cement? It has all three. It should be made. Okay, it is. We're making concrete. That concrete should work its way over here. In fact, there should be, I would think there would be some headed over there on this line right here. There we go. There's some headed for Heilingen House and some more. There we go. Okay, we're making concrete. We've almost got our other two tasks done, and we're partially set up for the explosives. We just need to pick a spot that's where we're going to put our explosives factory and get that set up. Oh, and we need to get the coal. I'm sorry, we need to get the chemicals completely set up. They're a little more complicated in this particular one than they were in the Hoover Dam. So we'll deal with that in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm really enjoying playing this. I hope you'll like, comment, share, and subscribe. Oh, and I left out, I hope you saw something that'll help you become a better player. See you next time. Thank you.